Hi, I'm Sonia, and I'm one of the co-founders of Pantheon, an application that allows anyone to make virtual reality content. Just over a year ago, our team was making VR content ourselves. We were trying to make the brain in virtual reality. We thought people would learn biology a lot better if they could experience it themselves. Imagine standing in the brain, looking around you, and seeing how the synapses and neurons interact. Unfortunately, this is what we were faced with when we tried to build virtual reality content. A long pipeline of complicated tools, each with their own learning curve. We had to learn how to use Blender to 3D model, Quixel to texture, Photoshop to touch up those textures, and Unity to render our content. And that's when we realized that making VR content is extremely difficult. After learning those 4 to 5 complicated tools, you have to use them on a desktop computer. And creating virtual reality content in a 2D space like the desktop is extremely unintuitive. It's very difficult to understand both spatial relationships and scale. On top of that, in order to create a virtual reality experience, you have to learn a completely new design paradigm and UI. And this is where Pantheon comes in. We've taken this complicated multi-tool process and distilled it into one application that you use while in virtual reality. In Pantheon, you simply pull out pre-made objects and then use our easy-to-use tool set to shape them into 3D models. Then, you can easily add colors or textures to make your models look more realistic. Once you've built an entire virtual reality world, you can bring it to life by adding interactions and game mechanics onto your models. Let's just say I wanted to make a gun. I would pull out an emitter block and attach both the gun and the bullet to that block. And then I would have a gun that shoots bullets. Previously, it used to take months to create virtual reality content. In Pantheon, it takes hours. This is just some of what our users have made in a day's work. We launched Pantheon on the Oculus Store just over 2 months ago, and we have over 3,900 users. And those users have made over 100 virtual reality experiences in our app. And those experiences range from games like Pac-Man to educational experiences such as the history of war. And once our users make VR experiences, we allow them to monetize off of it in our in-app marketplace. Our creators can sell their VR experiences, add-ons for their experiences, or avatar packs, and we take a 20% cut of all transactions in our app. The problem with virtual reality today is that there's a lack of content. But as we've seen with the huge successes of both Squarespace and Minecraft, if you give people an easy-to-use tool, they will make content, whether it's websites, gaming worlds, or in the case of Pantheon, virtual reality experiences. The three of us met 3 years ago studying computer science at UC Berkeley, and we just recently went through Y Combinator's winter batch. Our tool has allowed us to make more VR content than anyone else out there, and we really understand what works in VR. We are Pantheon, and we allow anyone to make virtual reality content.
Wow, thank you, Sonia. Super on time.